Oh, we're back on the railway again, and promise this will be a last train video for a while, or it better be anyway, unless some money falls out at Sky and makes me unbelievably rich, in which case do that. And I apologise for the light, it's a bit dark in here, that's a little bit better, isn't it? There we go. So yeah, today's subject is this, which arrived this morning. Um, it's a Heljan. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. Heljan, Great Western AEC diesel railcar in this configuration, which is the parcel van configuration. And this is quite accurate because this one is number 34. There were 38 of these, these diesel rail cars built. Starting in was it 1933, I think it was. The first one was built, and then they built 38 of them. This particular one was built in 1941 and was eventually retired from service in 1960, at which point number 34 was promptly scrapped. There are still 3 of these rail cars in existence that managed to avoid the cutter's torch. They're preserved, and I think one of them is still running. I know one of them is at York Railway Museum because I've seen it. But they built them in 2 configurations. One configuration, of which there were only either 2 or 3 built, is in this configuration, which is the express parcels, or basically a mail car intended for just carrying mail, and the other one was as a passenger transport with seats, and some of the later ones had toilets inside them as well, and some even rarer ones had a buffet inside it. So yeah, you were getting some real first class service there in that one. But yeah, I got the mail one because I like mail, Royal Mail things, posty, But yeah, so this arrived today, and we'll go over the detailing kind of thing. So yes, as I've already shown you, we have the number on there, which is correct. It's number W34W. We also have weathering from the factory, so we've got dust and dirt on the bottom there. Like I say, I can, weathering, I can take it or leave it, but yeah, this looks quite nice actually. If I want to weather something, I will be able to do that myself. We've got the bars on the windows. The passenger configuration basically had windows all the way down the sides, but for the parcel and mail carrier vehicles, you don't need as many windows, and plus, more windows is easier for people to break in and steal whatever's inside. So obviously, you do have some windows in there, and they have bars on them to stop people from breaking in. But yeah, we've got obviously a door there with bars on it, a window in the middle, and then another door here with bars on it. And you can see inside there. That's where the motor is. I can't remember whether this is a drive shaft type, with all wheels driven. I'm not sure. I haven't taken the top off this yet to have a look inside it. And being as it's a Heljan, that's not something I'm particularly looking forward to trying to do, because Heljan stuff isn't the best designed, and getting the bodies and stuff like that off is a bit of a ball ache. But yeah, other than that, the detailing, there's not really much else to say. I mean, we've got a grill there. It's the same on both sides, so at the ends we have a nice glazed cab, and you can see there's some cab detailing in there. If I can just get this out of the shadow and get it to focus, we have a wheel in there, which is for applying the brakes. We have some controls in there. On the front we have sprung buffers, but they're not very good sprung buffers because they do go in and out, but not by much. We have some little vacuum pipes and stuff there, and a screw link coupling already attached to the front. Now there is a NEM pocket underneath for you to attach some proper claw type couplings. But there's absolutely no need for them because these particular things did not pull carriages. They're designed to be standalone units. They were basically the forebears of what we would now call a diesel multiple unit. A self-contained diesel-powered vehicle. That's basically like a rail bus or something like that. And then obviously as time went on, we had units made up of 2 or 3, 1, 2 or 3, and they're diesel multiple units. Or nowadays you get electric multiple units where they're powered completely by electric from the overhead lines. But these were diesel. Powered by diesel, a diesel engine in there. Actually, 2 diesel engines manufactured by AEC. So this was one of the things that Great Western did, was they did try. They did make an early start on sort of trying to adopt diesel and electric to a certain extent vehicles. But obviously they started adopting there was a petrol electric one, which was a rail bus that they had sort of in the 20s and 30s, but they weren't very good. They adopted this, which was quite good. This is one of the examples of the later construction. The earlier ones had a streamlined appearance, which meant all these edges like round here and stuff like that were rounded off, which got those versions, those build versions, the nickname of the flying banana, because they literally looked like a banana. But yeah, this is one of the later versions where they kind of dispensed with the streamlining and just went with the old straight lines, because it was a lot easier to make than basically curves. So sheet metal doesn't like being bent into curves. It likes to be nice and right angles when welded or riveted together and stuff like that. But yeah. So like I said, there was 38 of these built for Great Western. Some of them did make it through to British Rail Service after the nationalisation in 1947. Some of them were destroyed in crashes and accidents, including I think 3 that just caught fire. They were burnt out and then basically scrapped, because once they've been burnt out, they're not much good to anybody, and it cost a fair bit. And by the time they burnt out, they were kind of getting old, and newer, better things had come along. So that's why I say there it's quite fortunate that 3 of them are still in preservation, because out of 38 of them built, 3 survived. The rest all crashed, burned, or just went to the scrap heap. So continuing on with the detail, it does have directional lighting, and it also has internal lighting as well. Being as that this is the front, it has 3 white lights and the cab lit up, and then at the back the lights will be red at this end. I think there's only one, which is the top one. Internal lighting is done via a board that runs across the top here that has some little LEDs in there, so it lights up the inside, which looks quite nice through these windows. It doesn't look too bad through this, because it's like I say, you can see the motor and stuff like that in there. As this is a parcel van, you could, I suppose, get away with pretending they're stacked up parcels or something. One of the things I might do, should I ever decide to open this up, is make something to kind of disguise that and make it look more like parcels. But yeah, we're going to start coughing now. Lovely. But the thing is, these were quite easy to run and quite cheap to run. You just fill them up with diesel. You only needed to have 1 driver on board, really. You might have another guy on board, just to keep an eye on the parcels and stuff, and then make sure that when you got to wherever you were going to drop things off, he'd check his form, or check his clipboard to make sure that the right parcels had been took off, and then write down any new cargo that had been taken on board. It's a very, very nice thing there. Now, this is my very first Heljan product. Now Heljan, as I've probably said before, has a reputation for being a bit crap. They're usually poorly designed, poorly built, and hideously overexpensive. Now this I got from Heljan's website, just last week. It's taken, I bought it Saturday afternoon, it's now Wednesday afternoon, and it arrived Wednesday morning. So, okay, so Saturday afternoon, nothing happens. Sunday, nothing happens. Monday, packed and shipped. Then for some reason it took Tuesday, all day Tuesday to go through the postal system, and then was delivered by the postie van this morning. So yeah, it's all right. I mean, TMC and Rails of Sheffield beat Heljan, or Acura Scale, being as that that's who owns Heljan now. But they did beat them in the getting stuff posted out to me game. But yeah, I've seen other people's videos where they do take these apart, and the inside, taking this body shell off is fine. It's quite simple and looks alright inside, not too messed up. The main problem comes with the gearboxes that are in the bogies. Taking the bottom plate off the bogies is a bit of a nightmare because they're clipped in place, and it's a right bugger to get all the clips out. You need to have like 3 pairs of hands to be able to properly, do it without breaking anything, or you have to at the very least be extremely careful. The other things that plague Heljan is, it's like I said there, sometimes their motors aren't a very good quality, and this is something I'm not too sure about with this one. Now I have run this in. It has had an hour just going around the outer loop, the third radius loop, and from getting it out of the box until I finished the running in process, it doesn't appear to have loosened up. Now here's the thing: the original, obviously the real world AEC Railcar wasn't terribly fast. They could get up to about 80 miles an hour on a good day. But this seems very, very slow, and I'll show you why in a minute. So we'll send it off. Now one good thing I do have to say about it, so that's it, power's going through it, and off it goes. And as you can see there's the red light at the back, and it's gone behind the posting, but we'll catch it again when it comes back. But yeah, so it's off, and there's the lights and the cab lit up, and now you can see the interior lights. Very nice. Now look at my controller here, and as you can see, this is at about 45, so we'll just nudge it all the way up to 50. So that's 50% power, and it's not going terribly fast, so I'm going to now nudge it all the way up to 100%, and it doesn't get much faster. Now I was quite surprised when I got this out and I put it on at the first time, and it was going so like this, and I thought, oh well, when I run it in, give it its 2 hours, backwards and forwards, it'll probably loosen it all up and kick the crap out of the gears, because I don't know how long it's been sat in a warehouse. And once it's kicked all the crap out of the gears, it'll probably get a bit faster. But it hasn't really, and it's like I say, this is 100% power, so it's getting the full 12 volts. Yeah, and it's not very quick. Now, the original version, the real life version, wasn't very quick. So I'm not quite sure, but it's like, well, hang on. The original version wasn't very quick. However, the Lima, the Lima 47 back there with the old Ringfield motor in it, even though the Ringfield motor is noisy, at 50%, that can do, I don't know, 2 maybe 3 times the speed of this thing, and that's with these carriages attached to it, including the other thing that came this morning, a Royal Mail carriage, but never mind about that. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure whether it's intentionally geared to be that slow, or if there's a problem with the gearing, and it's fully lubricated. There's no problem with lubrication, so or if it's the motor that's not very good. Like I say, Heljan did have a reputation for, you know, and this is one of the aspects, the poor engineering aspect, is that their motors weren't very good, their gear ratios weren't very well thought out. I mean, I'm happy for it to trundle along at this speed. However, I'd be more happy if it was trundling along at this speed when this is only at 50%. I mean, that's what I said there, I'll just whack it back down. I mean, I suppose I could just whack it. I mean, like I say, 50% makes no difference to the speed. It's almost like it's got a limiter in it. I mean, I could understand sometimes putting a limiter on it. I mean, the Bachmann Class 20, yeah, that could do without a limiter putting it, because like I say, at 50% power, that's like a little bloody rocket. But yeah, so it runs fine, apart from being a little slow for my tastes. But you know, I mean, this is what I said there. This is the well, it's not technically. It's technically the oldest diesel engine that I have. You know, because the design originates in the 1930s, back when, you know, diesel technology wasn't really that much of a thing in trains and everything was new, so you couldn't expect things to go very fast and stuff like that. But it just seems weird to me, that's all. But yeah, so this was right. It's this or there are various different colour schemes, but they're available on the Heljan website for £99.50 plus £4 postage. I didn't pay that for this. I had you know, some points to spend, and it allowed me to get a £4 discount. So in total, this cost me £99. I saved £4 basically by using the points. And yeah, it's for that price. It's fine. It's okay. I'm not going to take back all the bad things that I've said about Heljan, because just based on this one thing, it's like I said, there's some things that haven't impressed me about it. You know, but I'm not going to take back all the bad things. You know, this is an old Heljan thing before Acura scale came onto the picture. I think this particular model, or this particular version of this model, is about 4 or 5 years old. So it was firmly designed and built during the old Heljan era. But yeah, for 99 quid, it's alright, it's nice. For the original full asking price, which was like knocking on 200 quid, no, you know, I can sit on a shelf and go in the clearance sale before I'd consider buying it. But for 99 quid now, which is basically the ultimate clearance sale, yeah. So, you know, if you like this sort of thing, then yeah, definitely get it. I mean, it's like I say, it's a posty vehicle. It runs all right. Bit slow, bit fiddly to do maintenance on, but yeah, it's all right. It's definitely not a beginner's one. One of the other things is it does have switches on the underside, a bank of 8 switches, so you can fiddle around with the configuration of the lights. And we'll just bring it to a halt, and then reverse direction. And as you can see, yeah, it does seem to run faster in that direction, which, like I say, leads me to believe it could possibly be the motor not being the best. But it's still all right. I mean, that's at 50%, and it does run a little bit faster going in that direction. So yeah, I'm going towards it being a bit of a motor related problem. So yeah, it's a take it or leave it. It's like I say, it's a bit of a niche thing. You know, it's old diesel. But yeah, for 99 quid, it's worth a punt. And you know, if you get one, and doesn't matter whether it's one of these posty ones or whether it's a passenger one, if you get one and it performs crap straight out of the box, just send it straight back. Ask them, you know, and then you can, because you are entitled to do that, send it, you know, once you get it. If it doesn't work, send it straight back. They'll send you either a refund or a replacement one for you to try again. Yeah, exercise your rights. Don't be, you know, coyed by people into thinking that you've just got to accept poor service. You know, will I be sending mine back? Nah, it's alright. I'm sure that if any problems do pop up that need me to open it up and start fiddling with it, I can see to that myself without any trouble. For the time being, it's fine. So yeah. So there we have it. The Heljan Great Western AEC diesel rail car. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. So yeah. Till next time.